This is Captain Fletch with a simple yet urgent message for Liverpool and FSG. Give Mohammed Salah whatever it is that he wants. Whether it's money, shares within the club, his own private jet, his own private island. I don't care what it is. Just give it to him and make sure that he stays at the club for the rest of his playing career. He wants it, Liverpool fans want it, and Liverpool as a club needs it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. We are talking about the one and only Mohammed Salah within this video. Sunday saw Salah once again continue his scorching hot form for Liverpool. He scored a hat-trick at Old Trafford in what was an incredible, comfortable, whatever you want to call it, night for Liverpool as a whole, as they came out as 5-0 winners against their fierce rivals in what was a embarrassing and humiliating defeat for Manchester United. Like I say, Mohammed Salah scored a hat-trick on the night and once again proved why he is the best player on the planet right now in currently scorching hot form, and proves why he deserves whatever the hell he wants from Liverpool in an attempt for him to stay at the club and sign a new contract. We're going to be talking all about Salah. We're going to be talking all about this contract situation. But before we go any further, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things are always and very greatly appreciated. But for now, let's get back to talking about Mohammed Salah and this entire contract situation. Okay, so the latest as we know it on this issue is that there are conflicting reports on this. Some reports are suggesting that all parties involved believe that talks and negotiations are heading in the right direction and therefore an agreement will be reached within the near future. Whilst others are suggesting that talks have stalled in recent days. Talks have stalled on this, and the reason why talks have stalled is because both parties are some way off on the wage demands. According to reports, Salah is demanding wages in the region of £400,000 a week, but with the structure and principles in place at Liverpool under FSG when it comes to finances and player wages and so on and so forth, they are unwilling, it seems, to cave into such high wage demands. But, of course, if the other reports are to be true and that talks are heading in the right direction, then it is definitely a combination of fan pressure mixed with, obviously, when you look at the football market of today and you look around at all the other rival players and how much money they are on, of course. And, of course, Mohammed Salah himself is backing them into a corner when it comes to this. Because of his scorching hot form, like I say, and the performances that he's been putting in for Liverpool, not just this season, but ever since he arrived. Like, the stats he's continuing to provide season after season state that he deserves whatever the hell he wants. And in my opinion, his demands are entirely justified. Now look, I do want to clarify by stating that if FSG do manage to get this whole contract situation across the line and Salah does end up staying with the club, then doing this will probably not win over a large majority of Liverpool fans, but it is a start. Remember, a lot of Liverpool faithful are against FSG and want them completely out of their club, especially what happened with the whole European Super League incident several months ago and the quote-unquote apology that soon followed it, and the seemingly lack of summer transfer window spending that's just been and gone when in comparison to some of their closest and fiercest rivals. So already the owners are on pretty thin ice when it comes to the relationship between themselves and the Liverpool faithful. But giving into Salah's wage demands here and having him stay at the club may ease a little bit of that pressure and may start to rebuild that relationship, maybe if they continue in the right direction, albeit not completely, of course. Last week, Salah did an interview for Sky Sports in which he laid out his love for Liverpool, in which he basically said that he wanted to end his career at Liverpool, pretty much stating that if he was to leave, it's not for his own accord, it's not for his own choosing. If FSG do find a solution to this in which Salah doesn't sign a new contract though, and he leaves the club in some form, then maybe that might be the straw that broke the camel's back with a large number of Liverpool supporters, and maybe then the battle to get them out of the club is well and truly on for the Reds. We just simply believe as a fan base, and it's going to be hard to find a Liverpool fan or maybe even a rival or neutral fan to disagree with this, that he deserves whatever the hell that he wants. Since arriving from Roma back in 2017, he has simply been sensational for the club. He's been a big part in this whole Liverpool machine that has seen the Reds go on to absolute greatness in terms of triumphing in the Champions League, triumphing in the Premier League, and other kind of awards and accolades that Liverpool team as individuals have gone on to achieve, and Liverpool as a team that has gone on to achieve. Even last season, when no one else was stepping up and Liverpool had a number of issues that were the cause of that and injuries that were the cause of that, he was the one consistent figure, particularly in that Liverpool attack, that stood up, was head and shoulders above the rest, and carried Liverpool to that third place finish and getting Champions League for this season. He has truly been unbelievable, phenomenal, sensational, whatever kind of adjectives or whatever they're called. Like, he has been incredible and deserves everything and anything that he wants from this club. The fact of the matter is, Salah right now is a guarantee. A man who perfectly fits into the Liverpool system, guarantees you goals and assists, and with each passing game is becoming more and more self-aware that he has the capability of taking games by the scruff of the neck and dragging Liverpool through them no matter what. It seems like a no-brainer in which to tie him down to a long-term and luxurious contract, because the alternative is just a massive gamble, in my opinion. The alternative, of course, that I'm talking about is that if a new contract isn't accepted, then Liverpool have the option to either cash in on him or run down his contract till it expires and he's able to leave on a free transfer. My question there is that who do Liverpool then get to replace him? His goals, his assists, his overall play, his threat in most cases is somewhat irreplaceable, in my opinion. I'm not saying there aren't players out there that can do a similar sort of job or replicate some sort of similar sort of job to him, because as we know, no player is bigger than a club, and the wheel just continues to spin long after a player is gone. But in his case, his current form, with the way that he plays, his seemingly elite mentality, the way that he keeps himself in excellent physical condition as well as a great mental condition as well, he is seemingly entering the prime of his career. There's no signs of him slowing down anytime soon, and therefore there doesn't appear to represent a gamble with offering him a new contract. Whereas, were they to replace him, that would represent a big risk in of itself with Liverpool were they attempt to do that. Salah is a genuine guarantee as of the right here, right now, present day. And look, I get it, he's 29 years of age and isn't getting any younger. But like I just mentioned, he doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon, and genuinely does appear to be entering the prime of his career in a Liverpool shirt. And I'm not comparing him to Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi when I say this, because those two are complete alien anomalies in of themselves when it comes to talking about the best players to have ever played the game. But would there be any debates about signing a new contract for a 29-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi? There obviously would not, and that was proved this year by the way that both players moved in the summer transfer window, despite being both older than what Salah is right now. Salah's consistency has been evident for a number of years, and people outside of Liverpool are finally starting to wake up and realise the unbelievable nature, the unbelievable stats, and everything that goes along with what Mohammed Salah is and what Mohammed Salah has done at Liverpool for a number of years, game after game, season after season. People are finally starting to wake up and smell the coffee when it comes to one Mohammed Salah. Also for Salah right now, personally, when you look at the state of European football in particular, it's not exactly an advertising place to go and play your football wherever you look. You look at Barcelona as just one example. Their money woes have left that club broken and battered. It's not exactly an attractive offer anymore that it used to be several years ago, despite their history, of course. They're going to need a lot of time to even attempt to recover, regenerate, and rebuild and go again. Real Madrid have their own financial issues as well, but they could easily get the money from somewhere to buy Salah. But again, they're not exactly in the best state for the here and now, but they do have the allure of it obviously being Real Madrid, playing at the Bernabeu, a giant of European football, a footballing powerhouse. But as we've seen with the likes of Philippe Coutinho and Eden Hazard in the past, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, especially in La Liga and especially playing for these two teams in particular. Their fans are somewhat a little ungrateful and have extremely high and somewhat unreal expectations, shall we say. Other than maybe Bayern Munich, who haven't really been mentioned in this entire saga as a place that Salah could go and play his football, the only other place outside of them is, of course, PSG, who, of course, have the financial capability of signing Salah. That is pretty much an understatement, but it is what it is. But is it really that much of an attractive place to go and play your football? An offer to entertain? Certainly. The money and the chance to play with some exceptional players like Lionel Messi and Neymar is, of course, something that is very, very tempting. But the challenge there would be to obviously bring on the Champions League. Is that really enough to tempt you to go and play your football there? The French League is pretty much a given every single season, but I don't think that would be enough for him to go and play his football in France, in all honesty. If Salah wants to keep pushing himself and wants to continue to prove why he's the best player on the planet, Liverpool is the perfect place for him. They're in a great state to challenge for trophies in the here and the now. He's playing in a system and in a squad that heavily benefits him and is helping elevate him to superstar status. And let's face it, if he keeps up this level of form, then he easily becomes a contender for the Ballon d'Or. May not be immediately, because we all know how these kind of awards are chosen, but for next year maybe he could certainly be a very, very, very strong contender. Liverpool is the best place for him to be right now. The only stumbling block, of course, like we mentioned, is that of the wage structure in place by FSG at Liverpool, in which I'm hoping and praying that they somewhat make an exception for with Salah, because he well and truly deserves it. And I don't think there is anybody out there, no player, no fan, anybody that can deny that. But of course, as I always say, these are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of the Mohammed Salah situation? What have you made of him this season? What do you make of the contract situation? Do you think he'll sign a contract, or do you think he won't? I personally think that in the end, the pressure of his performances, along with the pressure of the fans, will eventually make FSG cave in, and they will have to accept whatever the hell he wants. I think an agreement will eventually be made on this, and Salah will sign a new contract with the club. But of course, I want to know what you guys think. I'm sure your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, whatever you want to call it, on this particular topic will make for interesting reading down in the comment section below. Otherwise, hit that like button on the way up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new or want to see more content like this. Both things are always and forever be greatly appreciated. And of course, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video. And I will see you all again soon in another video.